Think about your smartphone. Is it powered by Android or iOS? These two operating systems are dominating the world. But how did they get here? Whether you're Team Android or Team iPhone, there's no denying that these two operating systems have transformed mobile technology. But it wasn't always like this. Both Android and iOS had humble beginnings. Let's start with Apple. In 2007, Steve Jobs walked on stage and unveiled the iPhone to the world. But it wasn't just the hardware that got people talking. It was iOS, then called iPhone OS. The idea of a full touchscreen phone with no physical keyboard was revolutionary. Apple introduced gestures like pinch to zoom and swiping, making iOS not just a tool, but an experience. It was simple, clean, and above all, user-friendly. This ease of use helped iOS gain a loyal fan base right from the start. Key milestones to mention: introduction of the App Store in 2008, transforming smartphones into pocket computers. The focus on security, privacy, and consistent updates. Meanwhile, in 2008, another major player was about to enter the scene: Android. Developed by a startup and later acquired by Google, Android took a completely different approach. Instead of being locked down to a single device, Android was open source, meaning it could be used by multiple manufacturers like Samsung, HTC, and Motorola. This gave Android a huge edge in the battle for market share. Key milestones to mention: the first Android phone, the HTC Dream, also released in 2008. Android's focus on customization, flexibility, and innovation over time. Google Play Store launching in 2009, expanding its app ecosystem. By 2010, the battle lines were drawn. Apple's iOS focused on user experience, simplicity, and exclusivity, while Android embraced flexibility, offering users and developers freedom that iOS did. This competition drove both platforms to innovate faster and more aggressively. Apple would often focus on high-end premium features, while Android appealed to a broader audience with devices at every price point. Important contrasts to highlight: iOS's closed ecosystem versus Android's open-source model. The different approaches to hardware integration, Apple's tight control versus Android's multiple manufacturers. Ever felt like your phone just gets you? Whether you're swiping through an iPhone or tapping around on an Android, one thing's for sure: your choice is a lot about what kind of user experience matters most to you. But which OS really nails it when it comes to design and usability? Let's break it down. When it comes to smartphones, user experience, or UX, is everything. It's what keeps you glued to your screen and makes everyday tasks, like messaging or taking photos, effortless. Both Android and iOS have distinct approaches to design and usability. Apple's iOS is built around one core philosophy: simplicity. The interface is clean, intuitive, and minimalistic. Everything, from the home screen layout to the settings menu, is designed to be user-friendly, so even if you've never owned an iPhone before, you can figure it out in seconds. It's this simplicity that has made iOS the go-to platform for those who want a phone that just works without all the fuss. Key aspects to mention: consistency in design across apps, limited customization but a highly polished experience, and the fluidity and responsiveness of gestures. On the flip side, Android is all about flexibility and customization. Want to change your home screen, swap out icons, or use widgets? Android gives you the freedom to make your phone uniquely yours. This open-ended approach appeals to users who love to tweak every little detail. You can set up your device exactly how you like it, whether it's installing third-party launchers or customizing the notification bar. Key aspects to mention: customizable home screens, widgets, and the option to use third-party apps for almost everything. More control over app permissions and settings, and greater device variety. But while iOS may prioritize simplicity and Android offers endless customization, usability often depends on what kind of user you are. If you value a streamlined experience with minimal setup, iOS is hard to beat. Its closed ecosystem ensures everything works smoothly, from apps to updates. But if you're a power user who thrives on personalization and flexibility, Android's freedom can be a game changer. Important points to highlight: iOS's ease of use is ideal for users who don't want to fuss with settings Android's adaptability is perfect for tech enthusiasts who want more control, and iOS's consistent updates versus Android's fragmented update cycle across different manufacturers. So, which one wins the UX battle? Well, it depends on what you're looking for. iOS offers simplicity and a polished experience, while Android gives you the freedom to shape your phone however you like. Did you know that the apps you use every day are shaping your entire smartphone experience? Whether you're browsing on the App Store or Google Play, you're plugged into a vast ecosystem that affects everything from app choices to how your devices work together. But which ecosystem actually gives you more? When it comes to choosing a smartphone, it's not just about the hardware or the operating system. The App Store and the broader ecosystem that comes with it can make or break your experience. Apple's App Store is often praised for its curated, high-quality apps. Apple puts strict guidelines in place for developers, which results in apps that are optimized for performance and security. If you're an iOS user, you've probably noticed the seamless experience when you download apps. They just work. And then there's the broader Apple ecosystem. If you own multiple Apple devices like a MacBook, iPad, or Apple Watch, you've experienced how well they all connect. From handoff to iCloud, everything syncs effortlessly. On the other hand, the Google Play Store offers more variety and flexibility. With fewer restrictions for developers, the Play Store has a larger library of apps, including many free options. While this openness allows for more innovation, it also means you may encounter lower quality apps. But where Android shines is in its openness and ability to integrate with a wide range of devices. Whether you're using a Samsung phone, a Google Home speaker, or an Android TV. So, which platform has the upper hand? Apple's App Store may have fewer apps, but the quality and consistency of those apps are typically higher. You can trust that most apps will run smoothly on any iOS device. However, Android's Play Store gives you more freedom. If you love customization and variety, you'll find a lot to explore. When it comes to ecosystems, Apple's closed loop is a dream for those who own multiple Apple devices. But Google's ecosystem excels at working across brands and platforms, offering flexibility that Apple's ecosystem simply can't match. At the end of the day, it depends on what you value more, app quality or app variety. If you're all about premium apps and a seamless experience across all your devices, iOS might be your best bet. But if you want more flexibility and a larger pool of apps, Android is hard to beat. Next up, we're diving into the hardware and performance side of this battle. Smartphones have become our cameras, our computers, and even our gaming consoles. But when it comes to performance, hardware, and pushing the boundaries of innovation, which platform is really leading the charge? Android or iOS? Choosing a smartphone is more than just picking a sleek design. It's about power, speed, and how that device performs in your daily life. Apple is known for its tight control over both hardware and software, which gives the iPhone an edge in performance. Every year, the latest iPhone models come with Apple's in-house chips, like the A15 and A16 Bionic, designed to work seamlessly with iOS. This kind of optimization ensures that iPhones deliver smooth performance, excellent battery life, and can handle intensive tasks like gaming or video editing with ease. On the Android side, we have an exciting range of flagship devices from brands like Samsung, Google, and OnePlus, each bringing their own hardware innovations to the table. Android phones often pack in the latest Snapdragon processors, large batteries, and cutting-edge tech like fast charging, high refresh rate displays, and foldable screens. While Android devices may not have Apple's level of hardware-software integration, they excel in offering variety and cutting-edge features that iPhones sometimes lag behind. When it comes to innovation, both Android and iOS bring unique strengths to the table. Apple's innovations are often focused on perfecting features already in use, like adding LiDAR for better AR experiences or enhancing the camera system year after year. Android, on the other hand, tends to push boundaries with experimental features like foldable displays, in-screen fingerprint sensors, and even more advanced AI integration. So, who's leading the race in hardware, performance, and innovation? It depends on what matters most to you. Apple's hardware-software integration ensures a reliable, high-performance device for years, while Android's flagship devices often lead in cutting-edge features. But the battle isn't over yet. Next, we're diving into security and privacy. Ever wonder how much of your personal data your smartphone is actually keeping safe? Whether you're on Android or iOS, security and privacy are more important than ever. But which platform really has your back? In a world where data breaches, hacking, and online privacy concerns are on the rise, the security of your smartphone has never been more critical. Android and iOS both take security seriously, but their approaches are very different. Apple has long marketed itself as the privacy-first option. With iOS, Apple focuses heavily on user privacy, giving users more control over their data. Features like app tracking transparency allow you to control which apps can track your activity. Apple encrypts messages through iMessage, and Face ID ensures that your personal information stays secure. And when it comes to security updates, Apple pushes regular updates to all devices, ensuring that even older iPhones stay secure. On the Android side, security is built into the foundation, but the platform's open nature means it's a bit more complex. Google Play scans apps from malware, and Android has strong security layers. But the challenge is that Android's open-source nature allows for more third-party app stores and side-loading, which can increase security risks. However, Android's flexibility lets users decide how much control they want over their privacy, including the option to tweak app permissions in great detail. So, what's next? Both Android and iOS are evolving to meet future security challenges. Apple is investing in features like on-device AI that ensures more processing happens on your phone, not in the cloud. Android is pushing innovations in biometric security, including facial recognition and fingerprint scanning, while also expanding privacy controls for its users. As we move into a world where our devices are connected to everything, from smart homes to wearables, ensuring security and privacy will be the key focus for both platforms. In the end, both iOS and Android offer strong security and privacy features, but the right choice depends on what matters most to you. iOS is great for users who want simplicity and privacy out of the box, while Android gives you the flexibility to customize your security settings. But with the future fast approaching, both platforms will need to stay ahead of the curve. Which one do you trust more with your data, Android or iOS? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more tech breakdowns.